Hey, what's good, everybody? It's Taylor or Big Brazzy, whichever one you want to use, since Saharic doesn't know. But I'm in the studio out here at Live Wicks in Arlington, and I have somebody absolutely amazing. He's done events with Def Comedy Jams, Comedy Central, Comedy House, the Apollo Theater, Lollapalooza, and so much more. He's the legendary host and radio personality of 97.9 The Beat, 105.7, 104.5 in Houston, and he's currently on tour with Bill Bellamy. Everybody, please welcome to the stage, Rudy Rush.
You sure that's all my credits? They ain't my
No.
brothers or something.
Shout out to
That's a lot
everybody
of
that
stuff.
did it,
No, thank you for the introduction.
Yeah, I'm really glad to meet you. First off, I'm young. So just going into comedy and kind of seeing how everything has been changed. I know that a lot has changed from how comedy used to be to
Uh-huh.
how it is now. And everybody's so sensitive. What do you think about that? Has comedy gotten like too raunchy or
Uh,
too sensitive at all?
I think it got a bit too sensitive, but it's par for the course. You know what I mean? Everything changes, and you got to kind of change with it. Things are different. Remember back, well, you're a little younger than I am, but when I was younger,
Mhm.
there was television shows where, like, there's a show called I Love Lucy, and her and her husband used to sleep in separate beds, and that's just so foreign right now because sometimes you see more skin and people in the same bed. So, like, as TV shows and entertainment has evolved, I think people, because we're more aware of other people's feelings, I think comedy is one of those avenues where you have to be careful. Like, you can choose to go out on a limb, and you've seen how that happens with some people getting canceled and some people not. So it
Yeah.
kind of shows you some people can walk the line and some people can't. It's just about how you do it.
So somebody that we were talking about off stage was Cat Williams.
Yes.
I think he's walked the
Oh,
line
he's a
of
walker,
he's
but he's a bit of a skinwalker because, and when I say that to say, like, he's very intelligent, so he gets away with uh well, not gets away. I don't want to
okay.
use that term, but much like George Carlin, he would fight against the wrongdoings of the world and enlighten us as to how things are in our society, things that
Mhm.
are right in our face. So I commend Cat with that. Plus, he's funny at it, So
Yeah.
you kind of, like, commend him for that, and you like that part about him. But yeah, he's one of those few people who can say certain things. I feel Chappelle's another one. There's a handful of guys who can kind of
Yeah.
say what they want. Bill Burr's another. They go after the so-called man, the establishment and other entities, like, Cat talks about the Illuminati and all that Diddy stuff that wind up coming up after the fact,
Mhm.
and it's now you see he was telling the truth. So, but he was being so funny that you like that can't possibly be true. But now you see he's a truth teller.
He's
So
a
yeah,
truth teller.
yeah.
Are comedians like the local comedians still telling the truth, or are they getting away from telling the truth much in their
Uh,
jokes?
I think there'll always be a space for a
Mhm.
comic or two. There's a young gentleman. I hate that I don't know his name right now, but he's got dreads and he's a real young cat and he's very smooth paced. And I like his comedy. It's not my
Mhm.
style of comedy, but I do like his delivery. And he talks about current events and all that stuff. So there is a space, and he's part of the younger generation coming up. He's not
Mhm.
only like socially funny or social media like sensational, but
Mhm.
he's also, you come to his show, he does theaters and everything, and he puts on a great show. So yeah, we've got the best of both worlds in that. And he's one of those people who kind of goes against the establishment, or at least lets us know an update comically as to what's going on.
Mm. Okay.
hmm
I seen one of your clips where you were talking about ugly babies.
Oh,
I
that's
just I just want to know, have you seen any ugly babies recently?
well, you know what? I really, you know what? It's funny now that you mentioned that. How many babies do we see now? We don't see a whole lot. I mean, they're out there,
Yeah.
but not as many as we used to. But no, I mean, I've seen some rough looking kids, and people
Rough
out there
looking
who have
kids.
them. They, like, they got to grow into themselves. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, okay, okay, call me back when they like 2 or 3, because some of them change really quick, and some of them change when
Mhm.
they 19. Like, it
Yeah.
take a minute. So
were
yeah.
you an ugly baby?
No, I wasn't. And I'm still not.
Amen.
I'm a handsome baby. No, no, no. Honestly, my mother's friends, I go by what my mother's girlfriends would say. They was like, "Oh, he is so cute." And they used to love on me and stuff like that. My sister said I was cute too, and we used to be bitter enemies. So for her to say that is a compliment. So yeah, I think I was pretty cool as a kid.
That's cool. Believe it or not, I think I was an ugly baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you grew up nice. You're doing
Thank you.
good.
Thank you. Shout out to God.
Listen,
Yeah.
as the guys would say in the hood, I would.
Oh, okay.
Fellas, you know what I'm
I wasn't
when you go,
ready.
listen, when you go into a room, you trust me, there's guys who see you, they'll be like, yo, yeah, I would. So there you go. You good.
Thank you. Okay. So you've been out here in Dallas. You're gonna be out here in Dallas for the week. We want to know, like, where
Mhm.
else are you gonna be at besides, here in Live
Oh
Wicks?
man, I'll be in South Carolina, Indianapolis, back in New York. I've been working with this young troupe, and it's funny because it's comprised of one gentleman who's a rapper, another's an aspiring actor. And we
Mhm.
kind of came together by social media. It was funny. I was posting. I just felt rap was changing. With a lot of different. And it's funny because I'm an older guy now. I never thought I would be my parents as far as not being able to understand the one genre of music that I felt defined me.
Mhm.
But I found this kid out of Long Island and he's fantastic. So I just kind of reposted it. He saw that I reposted it and he was a fan of comedy and of course Rudy Rush. So he actually came out to one of my shows recently in New York and we teamed up. So we do some funny videos that can highlight his music and highlight, of course, my comedic style or whatever. So we joined in forces and we had a little troop. We got a couple of viral videos out there, which is funny. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'm all over the place doing stuff. I actually just wrote a movie, so we're in the
Ooh.
rewriting process now. But it's a fantastic movie,
Is that
and
an exclusive? Like
it is an
an
exclusive. And
exclusive?
you know what? I'm
Okay.
actually going to be on the road in December with one of the people who I'm trying to pitch the movie to, and I'll tell everybody. DC Youngfly actually wrote this.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I wrote this thing especially for him and another comedian who I have in mind, but especially for DC, who I feel is at that point now where he needs that breakout situation, and we're gonna create that for him. So have that. I have a couple of communities that I'm building, one for comics and another one for dads, which fathers who are African American and otherwise have a common thing with men. We kind of
Yeah.
keep to ourselves about what's going on in our life and in our world. You think you're the only person going through certain things, and I wanted to build a community that not only had a listening ear for you, but also alternatives to kind of live life as a single dad and deal with things as much as like getting your kids clothes at a discount place, or when Ross is doing 40% off,
Yeah.
or when Six Flags is 60% off,
Mhm.
and how you can actually get the best out of going to court if because they're not shining their light on men as much. They put you through a ringer.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's a lot of things I'm doing. I have a book coming out as well. So yeah, I just stay busy.
Okay. The other thing that you did not mention is that you've been coaching. I know
Yes.
you're big with the young kids, but you've been coaching other
So let
comedians.
me tell you, that's one of the most prideful things I could say up until this point. Outside of me having kids, I've been coaching some comics,
Hmm.
and one in particular, Corey Phelps out of New York City. He's been wanting to do comedy for the longest time. Took him under, and I hate to say the wing, but he's a fellow Harlemite. So I'm from Harlem, New York,
Hmm.
and we grew up you know, not together. He's a little younger than I am, but we all know the same people growing up. And he wanted to be a comic. He took my course and was really showing some enthusiasm about it. So I took him and started coaching him, which, he invested in himself. And, I'm not bragging on him, but yeah, I actually am. He
Yeah.
hasn't done it a year yet. He's opened up for Marlon Wayans. He's
Oh,
opened up for another young lady at one of the premier venues in the city. He's opened up for me in Charlotte and other cities and stuff like that. And my method is, because I've got 30 years in the game, I
mhm.
just kind of have not a fast track, but I have a way of bringing the comedian out of you if it's in there, and if you listen and kind of follow what not only your heart is saying comedically, but some of the little things that I'll tell you here and there,
Mhm.
you'll be fantastic.
So you said if it's in there, what do you mean when you say that? Can you expand on that?
Well, everybody's funny. Like, like
Yeah.
I have some jokes that I told in high school that I can never tell on stage. In my 30 years, I'll say something like pumpernickel bread, and one of my best friends from high school would be like dying on the floor, but everybody else would be like, what's the big deal about pumpernickel bread?
Right.
But comedy is a thing where, you have thousands or maybe hundreds of people in a room with different personalities, and you try to get them all on the same page. So that's the key, helping you get to that point where you get on stage understanding that's the goal,
Okay.
and being yourself at the same time, finding your voice. Once you find your voice and you talking like you and I are talking right now, you start talking to the crowd like that and using your comedy, then it's a hit.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Did you know that a deer can jump higher than a house?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No, but I do like random facts, by the way.
A
That's
house can't jump.
okay. That was
You're
funny.
welcome. I'm just trying.
So listen, you know what? No, but let me tell you how I would. So let me tell you something. If you want to take Rudy Rush's course, this is how I would freak that. I would take this actual conversation
Uh-huh.
and that joke,
Mhm.
right? And I would make it a joke, but what I would say is I love giving people false information so they can go somewhere and blurt it out like it's fact. You know what I'm saying? So I would give one of my boys that information. I wouldn't make it into a joke. I would be like, yo,
Mm.
yeah, I saw this on the program.
And
Deers actually can jump over a house. So he'll be somewhere at a cocktail party,
Mhm.
some kind of like big engagement with his girl who just got her master's. She's around all her friends. He was like, yeah, deers can jump over a house. And people be like, what the fuck? Where you get that from? You know what I'm saying? So I like that. That's funny.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay, I think I got another one. I just
Oh,
want to
you
try
got
this one.
another
Okay.
one?
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
Time for dad jokes.
Why can't a T-Rex clap?
Oh, I heard this one. How? Well, I mean, I don't know.
It's dead. How you gonna clap if you dead?
Okay.
Huh?
That's funny.
No, it's not.
Are you thinking about doing comedy?
No.
Okay, because I was gonna say this is one of the people you got to sit down before you take their money and be like, listen, do you want to
Yeah.
just give me your money? But no, but I actually take some great pride. I had another guy out of Dallas, Dr. G. He's actually a chiropractor who's a big time rapper chiropractor, and he wanted to play his hand in comedy. He's done
Mhm.
very well too. So I got a few other people who are doing fantastic. People I've helped get on television and things like that. Alfred Kanga is one of them. So yeah, people who rock with Rudy Rush, they do pretty
Yeah,
well.
I think I need to rock with you a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah,
Nobody just
yeah,
give you
yeah,
my
yeah,
money a
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, we got to dust off that second one. The first one was good though.
First was
So we
good.
doing good. 50% ain't bad.
That's good. Okay, so tomorrow night you're going to be hosting at Live Wicks. This is
Yeah.
our Comedy Tuesdays. Is there anybody that you want to see particular on stage? Any specific
Well,
person you want to shout out?
I've been in Dallas now in the Dallas comedy scene for about maybe 20 years now. I got here in 2005. I was working with the great Doug Banks, who's no longer with us. But when I first got here, the comedy scene was little to nothing. It wasn't that many strong comedians. Everybody who came into town was from from abroad, from New York, LA, whatever, to come do the improvs or whatever. You didn't have any homegrown talent.
Right.
And Houston, the sister city here, like I say, Dallas and Houston are the two biggest cities. Houston had a bunch of good comics. Ali Sadiq is the one doing a massive amount of stuff right now, and there's a lot of other comics. But I always felt that Dallas was very weak comedically. But now I've changed that opinion. I honestly feel, with the exception of a comic here and there, Dallas is right there with Houston, or maybe surpassed it. You've got Black Ron, you've got Alfred Kanga, like I said, you have Lamar Walker. Excuse me, what's Lamar's last name? Huh? Lamar Jones, yeah, edit that because that's my boy, and I should have known that. Lamar Jones, it's a bunch of other people. Angela Walker, even the females here are very good. So yeah, you got even my girls here too. What's my girl?
Vanity the comedian is one of
Yeah,
my
everybody.
favorites. I love
Yeah,
Vanity.
yeah. So there's a lot of good comics
And
here.
Miss Honey. Miss Honey is
Yeah,
one of
Miss
my
Honey's
favorites.
good. Yes, and so yeah, I'm really proud of the comics here. They work really hard. So yeah, it's cool to be here now. So tomorrow, everybody who's in earshot, they need to come through because like New York City, it's usually a vibe. And I just got with my man Wick. He called me. He was like, "Yo, you gonna be in town? Come through. We gonna make it a live event." And he always goes all out. So what I'm saying, you gonna smelling food coming in, because you got the food ready, the drinks and everything, and the atmosphere is dope. This is just like a New York City room, man. It's very intimate. It's compact. It's packed in here, whether there's 25, 50, or 100 people. We can fit 100 in here. And if we get that going, it's going to be records. And we're expecting a lot of people tomorrow night.
Well, you guys, you heard it first. I'm here again. It's Taylor. We're live here in Wicks and Arlington. And of course, this is my guest, Rudy Rush. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Nah, definitely follow me at Rudy Rush. And we got a lot of things coming. $1 Daddy is
Okay.
definitely the men's group that we started, and also Make Money Being Funny, the actual community, who I'm teaming up with somebody real big who I won't put it out there yet, but she's going to be a very, very welcome component into helping comedians kind of get their careers, and actually connecting comedians from around the country, because that's the next step: collaboration. If you
Collaboration.
have 1 million followers and I have 1 million followers, well, that's 2 million followers. Let's get together in your city or mine and let's do some videos and let's do this and that. So we're gonna help comics take it to another level with getting to know each other and everybody not being so foreign. Because there was a time most comedians knew each other no matter where you were from. So we
Exactly.
gonna can reconnect with that, because I think it could do a lot.
Awesome. All right, you guys, we're out. This Big Taylor, Big Brazzy, whichever name you want to use. This is my wonderful guest, Rudy Rush. And
Yeah.
again, we're live out here at Live Wicks in Arlington. We'll see you guys tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We're out. How was that? That was good? That was good, right? I know.